Hello fellow Total Warriors, I am Zardar and welcome to another online battle from Warhammer 2. So this one is a tournament battle and it's actually the FESTAG Ball tournament, which is a tournament that was hosted for the first time by Creative Assembly, and it's a tournament between YouTubers, Twitchers and influencers in general. Oh my god, did I just say the word influencer? Yeah, just influencer or whatever. Like, I hate this word for obvious reasons. Anyway, so yeah, 8 competitors, all of them either YouTubers or Twitchers, and some of them, for example, my opponent right here is on a different platform. He's a Chinese player and China does not have YouTube, so he's got a very large following, around like, I don't know, 100,000 or even more following. And yeah, he's a great player and a great guy, because we actually were talking a lot before the games were to begin, because I was playing I think in the 4th bracket. I was like the last match from the first round to be played, so we were just chatting, and yeah, great player overall. So I chose the Tomb Kings. He countered me, I think, yeah, I think I went with the Tomb Kings first. He countered me with the High Elves. And as you can see over here, I already knew the map. So what I decided to do was to go with the triple Ushabti, one of which is the Chosen of the Gods, because they're just great at negating infantry. And I just got a bunch of waves of endless spearmen, swords and more spearmen. So the plan is just not get surrounded from behind. If there was any, skirmish play, foul at play, vanguard deployment, I would have to just turn around with my stalkers and some spearmen and fend them off, while the front lines will just march forward, and I only need to buy myself enough time for the triple Ushabti to do the work. So yeah, 3 spearmen in the front, some skeleton warriors, the King Nekesi's legion with poison, another spearman right here, 2 sepulchral stalkers in order to have the anti-large and also the mass to protect my front lines and anybody from getting through, and also if a dragon was to just sit on top of me, these guys can shoot it. So a Tomb Scorpion in the middle just for the terror, because this army just doesn't have any terror at all, because I got Cetra right here on a chariot. Cetra the Imperishable is just gonna ride to victory, or at least try to, with his undead minion here, just driving the chariot. Anyway, so we got the Wrath of Petra, pretty standard, and just only 2 spells, the Jaff's Incantation and the Protection one, in order to be able to just spam these spells to buff up our front lines and also heal ourselves, because Cetra actually heals when you do that, because of this thing, the Restless Dead. Whenever we cast, we actually heal like 100 or something, which if you just keep spamming these 2, which cost like 3 and 6, yeah, it's gonna add up. That's gonna be almost 1,000, I don't know if it's gonna be 1,000 worth of heal, but it's somewhere close. Anyway, for my opponent we get a chariot on an oblo over here, quite a nice choice. These guys have great armor piercing values, and contrary to general belief, they actually do well against large. Just don't actually look at the tooltips, guys. Always just test the unit for yourself, because these guys are actually great anti-large as well. So we got a front line of spearmen, just protecting his eagle bolt throwers over here. As you can see, he also went for a missile approach. He's got Teclis right here with Potion of Cheroi, Regrowth, Flock of Doom, Enfeebling Foe and the Net. He didn't bring Rekindle, the fire weakness. Yeah, I think Rekindle is the name of the spell, because it would do really well with the dragon over here and its fire damage. If a Rekindle was to drop and then the dragon either breath or actually melee attack, etc., he can just 2 shots shot him like within a matter of seconds. So quite a mishap here. I would highly suggest you always bring Rekindle Flame or whatever it's called, like I honestly don't remember. We got 2 silver helms back here, 2 eagle bolt throwers, some spearmen also protecting, and a scary Phoenix Guard. So the battle is on the way. My spearmen are just getting in the front line. I'm just trying to sit them in their places right here. I was a little bit too slow over here. I thought that I would make it, but he gets me into an embraced position, and that unit of spearmen gets like 40% damage dealt right off the get-go. The same is happening over here, but they were braced, so they only took like 20% damage, and the sepulchral stalkers are able to just fend them off. My guys over here on the left, sepulchral stalkers, were actually trying to shoot them. They got a little bit in the front. I'm just gonna move them back. And over here I'm just doing the biggest mistake of my life. I actually get Cetra to march forward and I'm getting netted. I can't stress quite enough how important Cetra is for this build to remain alive. All I had to do was just not fight even at all with Cetra, just keep him in the back and just keep spamming spells, and in the end when he is gonna be needed, just start and rolling things around. So yeah, that was I'm telling you, like, this was the biggest mistake I've ever done, and it was quite stupid because before the game I was actually, yeah, just keep Cetra alive, just keep Cetra alive, don't get Cetra in the front lines, be careful of nets, and the first thing I do is this one. Anyway, at least I'm gonna try and get some spearmen over here, and the Tomb Scorpion is actually gonna tie down the dragon, which is gonna allow Cetra, even though the horsemen were here, to actually get back, and also the sepulchral stalkers will provide some defense. He's gonna drop down to 1000 HP, and the eagle bolt throwers will just keep on harassing me, which is why I'm gonna move him behind the Ushabti right here, so if a shot is gonna land, it's gonna land on the Ushabti. My Chosen of the Gods here still taking damage, but I still have how many models? 5 models still alive, which is quite a lot, and they are still firing at the eagle bolt thrower. There's only one of the bolt throwers is actually offline, the other is down to 20% HP, just a little bit, and these guys will waver. I pull back my sepulchral stalkers because I was about to get wrecked by some Phoenix Guard. Not that the spearmen were any better. I had there was a lot of anti-large over there. The Tomb Scorpion is gonna try to get a quick terror out here on the spearmen. Obviously they're not gonna buckle that easily because they're actually winning the combat right now against my spearmen, so that's gonna stay around. The dragon has come down to 20% HP because he dropped down on Cetra, but it was actually hurt on the as he was trying to do that, but the regrowth over here is just gonna bring that dragon back to almost half and even more HP. The bolt thrower is still firing, the other one is coming back. The silver helms are just do not have a way to get into the back line, that was my plan, and it's working. Cetra is getting shot by eagle bolt throwers. One has gone off, but the other has just arrived, and it's gonna start shooting here. So people were telling me that I did the mistake here to actually, I was not shooting at the Phoenix Guards, but had I left that eagle bolt thrower just firing all on its own, Cetra would have a really tough time, and all of my constructs. So I decided to just waste that last ammunition on the eagle bolt thrower, and the Phoenix Guard just by pure attrition would hopefully come down. Alright, so the noble is still alive, he's just coming back here. Now the dragon has gotten out of vicinity, it just got wrecked again. So I'm just gonna take my both of my Ushabti and just actually start shooting at the noble, which also the sepulchral stalkers are shooting at him, and he just melted. He had 40% HP and he just completely vanished within a matter of seconds. So I'm moving the next wave of lines. I got nothing right now. Cetra is still taking fire, and in the end I think as soon as I see that I'm getting shot right here, I'm just gonna move him back behind this rock just to stay alive and stay safe. So the front line is not looking good. I mean, the balance of power is still in the middle. I still have a lot of spearmen and my sepulchral stalkers and also my Tomb Scorpion, but it's all spearmen that I'm facing, and my guys will buckle, so there's a little bit of a problem right there. The Ushabti will try to get a couple of shots on Teclis, but Citicav is just gonna be juking all those shots and just avoiding it overall. A few will actually hit the target, but in the end he's just gonna get the hell back, use the potion of Charoi, and he's gonna be up to full health in a matter of seconds. So the Phoenix Guard over on this side are actually just getting through. He's possibly force pathing them. That's why I'm just moving back with my sepulchral stalkers, and I'm just gonna turn around and okay, the silver helms are gonna leave. They're actually gonna go for the King Nekesi's Legion, but that's alright because these guys can actually turn around and just get a couple of shots in them. So on this side the Sepulchral Stalkers are not doing anything spectacular. They're trying to get a couple of shots on the Silver Helms, but in the end it's just nothing. The dragon is just staying back, staying safe, possibly waiting. He used the potion of Tsaroi, so he's probably waiting for regrowth to come back online, so he can drop it on the dragon and just smash into my backline. So one Ushabti has run out of ammunition, so has the other, and now they will have to get on melee. I will try to get them just cycle charging. I'm not gonna be that effective. And over here the Silver Helms will actually try to get a charge, but in the last second they decide not to, and they're just getting shot in the back. And now they come again. I want to get rid of them fast because I wanted to just perform a cycle charge here on the Phoenix Guard, so I'm just gonna charge them, although the Sepulchral Stalkers are best if they take the charge because they have expert large charge defense. And over here the dragon is gonna get a regrowth, and he's gonna drop on my Sepulchral Stalkers. Now my Sepulchral Stalkers are anti-large and quite a fearsome unit, but he's gonna have the help of the Silver Helms over here and also Teclis, so these guys will have a hard time. So I'm gonna try to bring the other ones. I'm gonna bring even the Tomb Scorpion, and there is no Ushabti back here now. All have run out of ammunition. Cetra will keep remaining back here, I think, or am I? Yeah, I think I'm gonna leave him for a few seconds here. He's gonna get shot, and then I'm just gonna move him back again. I got the, did I get the Ushabti Summon or did I fail? No, I still haven't used my Ushabti Summon. So at this point, as you can see, all of my infantry is pretty much being taken care of. So there's a really big problem. The dragon is getting staggered over here, just getting shot by the Sepulchral Stalkers. Cetra doesn't know what to do. He's just 1000 HP. I need to keep him alive. The dragon is gonna land. Some problems right here. Teclis is gonna be fighting some Sepulchral Stalkers. I was trying to get a quick back charge into him, but at the last second I was like, no, let's not do that. He's probably gonna beat Cetra being on a chariot. I get the Ushabti Summon finally, but I fail at the dragon, and at this point I was so pissed. I was like, what the hell? I need to win this, and then I just grab all of my constructs and I just start deathballing anything that I see on sight. So all of these constructs just going straight up for these poor spearmen right here. As soon as these guys buckle, and as you can see they get terror routed immediately, they're gonna go for the next. Just look at this, it's all one order. I'm just issuing all of them to just go into one target, one big Death Star, and just start punishing the blob. Although he's gonna punish me as well because he's gonna get a breath in here, but hopefully that didn't do enough damage. The Wrath of Petra is gonna go down, just doing some damage to spearmen. I'm trying to keep Cetra inside of my constructs, because even if the dragon lands over here, like there's just so many entities around that's gonna just make the dragon like not land a hit, and as you can see that's what happened. Cetra just didn't get hit. There's all of these Ushabti here and the Sepulchral Stalkers just tying the dragon down. And now, with all these monsters, since he landed, he's gonna have a tough time because he's gonna die. And there's no way to escape this. So Cetra is just gonna be riding dirt in the back. He can't do much, only 470 HP. He's got no Winds of Magic to drop another spell to heal a little bit more. I think I just dropped one. I might have dropped one because he's actually healing just a tiny bit. And the dragon down to 400 HP, 455, and there down it goes. So all of the spearmen have been terror routed. All that remains is the Phoenix Guard, and as you can see, even though I didn't have any answer for them, just by fighting mere infantry, we're able to just get almost destroyed, remaining with just 400 HP. Cetra is, I was just trying to roll over some spearmen, but Teclis is gonna get to me and get a nice hit, but immediately I'm just gonna drift away, just juke this out and just bring my Ushabti to cut him off, while at the same time I just finish off the Phoenix Guard. So from here on it's just gonna be just a chase. Teclis is just gonna be rolling after Cetra, but I'm just gonna keep dodging away. And yeah, like all I can do right now is just wait for him to engage, which is a little bit of a minor break rule right here if we take Arrow's rules into account, but it's fine, it happens. So yeah, his spearmen are gonna engage me. Teclis is desperately trying to go after Cetra. He even drops Flock of Doom over there. The balance of power, as you can see, is heavily against my favor, even though he only got Teclis remaining. I mean, there's a unit still right here, but it's just a 183 HP spearman. He's not coming back. And Cetra is quite safe, just finishing off some of these spearmen. And yeah, as you can see, the Tomb Scorpion is able to land some good hits, and from here on the balance of power is just gonna start ticking more and more in my favor, and I'm gonna win the game. So that was it for the first game in the FESTAG Ball tournament. Sorry for the loud noise, just kids with bikes these days, like what can you do against such reckless hate? Anyway, so yeah, Cetra, even though I completely absolutely failed with my strategy, he almost got one-shotted in from the beginning and almost cost me the game, but just staying alive with 300 HP was enough for me to just claim this victory. The Spearmen did exactly what they need to do. The Skeleton Warriors did some okay damage. Look at the kills right here. These are Spearmen, so they actually did fine. The King Nikes's Legion 64 kills, the Tomb Scorpion 59 with 2 Severons, and the Ushabti 64 and 64, actually the same amount of kills, with 2 and 3 Severons hits. That's because of the Dragon, they get a lot of Severons from the Dragon. And the Sepulchral Stalkers 45 and 39, just being quite an effective unit, just having the mass to block any interference in my backline, and also just getting some good kills. And 65 on the Chosen of the Gods. These guys all got the same amount of kills, except this guy, he got one more. Like, what the hell is wrong with this? Anyway, so yeah, City Caps build, Kindle Flame. Okay, there is the name, not Rekindle. Kindle Flame was a big mistake not having it along with a fire-breathing dragon. You almost know that most of the time there's gonna be a fire weakness lord. I mean, only Katep is not weakened to fire, but you don't see him quite often because he gets easily sniped. So yeah, Teclis just needed the Kindle Flame, and that build right here would have been more effective with just a minor touch differently. The Noble did quite okay, but alas, in the end he succumbed to the shooting from the Ushabti. The Spearman, as you can see, quite a good amount of kills across the board. The Phoenix Guard as well. And the 2 Silverhelms over here were able to, in the beginning, to just smash through my infantry. The Dragon was quite a nice choice, always nice to have a Dragon. Usually you see him together with Alariel, but Teclis is no pushover, because he's got regrowth, he can just keep the Dragon alive just as easily, and the Bolt Throwers were quite a nice stats, although they got countered by the 3 Ushabti, which was okay, because just getting countered by these guys meant that the Dragon was not getting shot in the beginning. So yeah, it's a 1100 worth of unit against 700, and you're tying 3 against 2. So yeah, it's kind of a winning point. Not really, but if you use it right, you might get the jump on your opponent. Anyway, that was it, guys. That was the first battle. I really hope you enjoyed. The second one is gonna be posted tomorrow, and from there on I'm just gonna keep posting, and you will be able to see, if you haven't seen the live stream or the tournament, from my perspective what happened. Anyway, I really hope you enjoyed. Feel free to leave a like or a comment. Feel free to subscribe if you're not, and hit that notification button. And yeah, gonna be seeing you next time. Bye bye.